The Stolen Earth is, without a doubt, one of the best Dalek episodes ever put to screen. This episode shows us, as the Doctor puts it, a full Dalek empire at the height of its power. We see Dalek saucers tearing across the sky, raining fire down on human cities. We see Daleks swarming through the skies like starfighters, ravaging human defences and taking down the Valiant. We see Daleks use the power of their weapons to level a house. The scene of the Dalek transmission gives me goosebumps to this day, as the reactions of Rose, Jack and particularly Sarah Jane really sell the fear of the Daleks. This episode gave us a really cool new Supreme Dalek design, introduced us to the Prophet Dalek Khan, and does a great job of building up to the reveal of Davros. Sadly, however, the Stolen Earth successes are not carried forward by the second part of this two-part story, Journey's End. I recognise that Journey's End is a very popular story, but I am analysing this episode through the laser-focused lens of a Dalek fan. Journey's End has some great scenes, especially scenes involving different companions meeting each other. Rose, Martha and Donna all meet, Torchwood and the Sarah Jane adventures crosses over with the main show. In many ways, this episode is the ultimate culmination of the Russell T Davies era, and the scene of everyone working together to pilot the TARDIS the way it was supposed to be piloted is really warm and wholesome. Sadly, however, for Dalek fans, all of these good things about Journey's End are overshadowed by how this episode seriously mistreats the Daleks. Throughout Russell's era, we've seen the Dalek threat slowly build over time. Series 1 showed us the power of just one Dalek and the immeasurable power of an entire army. Series 2 showed us the Daleks wiping the floor with their closest contender for Best Doctor Who Monster. Series 3 showed us how far the Daleks were willing to go to preserve their purity, even if it meant sacrificing everything. The Stolen Earth is an excellent continuation of this power creep, illustrating how quickly and efficiently the Daleks can bring modern-day Earth to its knees. Journey's End, on the other hand, treats the Daleks like disposable fodder. They're essentially Davros's goons, and their threat is totally neutered by the fact that everyone and their mother now has a massive anti-Dalek blaster that can destroy Daleks in one shot. Why was this weapon included in the story again? I assume so Rose can have a cool moment at the start of Stolen Earth where she cocks her gun half a dozen times without ever actually firing it. That would be all well and good if it weren't for the fact that everyone has one of these guns. Mickey and Jackie get them, Captain Jack has inexplicably repaired his one-shot wonder defabricator from the parting of the ways so he can get in on the contrived Dalek destructions too. Honestly, all of these scenes of Daleks being destroyed by these guns could have been rewritten to avoid the fact that the Daleks come across as ineffective, but these guns basically work as devices to speed up the plot, sacrificing the integrity of the Daleks for expedience of the story. The reality bomb is another plot device that only serves to detract from the strength and threat of the Daleks. Why would the Daleks build such a device? Their mantra has always been, Daleks conquer and destroy. The fact that they built this reality bomb to quickly erase all universes implies that they're either bored of their purpose, or they have admitted that they can't conquer the universe using conventional means. There's also the fact that the reality bomb contradicts itself. If it's designed to destroy every universe in the multiverse, and the multiverse is made up of infinite universes in which every possibility plays out, the fact that the multiverse still exists means that the reality bomb was always doomed to fail, regardless of what happens. It makes Davros and the Daleks seem more ineffectual than they already seem by the end of this episode. From a writing point of view, the reality bomb also seemed like overkill. Was an army of thousands of Daleks not enough of a threat? Did the triumvirate of Davros, the Dalek Supreme and Dalek Khan not leave enough of an impression? Was an episode featuring every single companion in the Russell T Davies era not already jam-packed with narrative elements? But the most egregious slight against the Daleks in this episode comes in the final act, when all of Davros's careful manipulations come crashing down, and Donna defeats the Daleks by making them spin around. The Daleks get pushed around like malfunctioning dodgems, the Supreme Dalek goes, "Ah," and dies, and that's it for the Daleks in Russell 2. After the tense and exciting Dalek, the action-packed parting of the ways, the intrigue of the cult of Skaro, this is how the Daleks end in Russell's Who. It might look like they go out with a bang, but thematically speaking, they went out with a whimper. But did it really have to be this way? Did the Daleks actually have to be utterly annihilated in this episode? While I have my issues with the reality bomb, that could have at least served as a big victory for the good guys that would give us a satisfying conclusion. Maybe have the Doctor and his companions defeat the Daleks by destroying the reality bomb, which damages the Crucible and allows Earth and the other planets to escape, but keeps Davros and some of the other Daleks alive for their eventual return. After all, it was inevitable that the Daleks would be back in force, and it could even have tied into an emotional theme of the post-Time War character arc of the Doctor. Maybe have it be a choice. similar to the one in the Parting of the Ways, but instead of the choice being destroy the Daleks but also destroy humanity, the choice is instead destroy the Daleks or save Earth. And the Doctor of course chooses the latter option, showing how far he has come from his Dalek-hating days of the Time War. By once again annihilating the Daleks, Russell unintentionally cheapened any future showrunner's attempt to bring them back. There was absolutely no chance that the Daleks would have never returned after Journey's End, and I think that Russell should have factored that in. But I'm getting away from the core issue here, which is that the Daleks themselves suffer as a villain as a result of the way in which Journey's End was written. It's an enormous shame that after all that work to bring the Daleks back and convince people that they are a threat and to be taken seriously, Russell fell at the final hurdle and cheapened the Daleks to the extent that it took over 10 years for them to recover as a credible villain in Doctor Who. We can only hope that, for the new era of the show, Russell learned from the successes and failings of his previous era and returns the Daleks to their former glory. I could honestly go on about this episode all day. There's lots of aspects to it that I have issue with. While I really enjoy the Stolen Earth, Journey's End drops the ball in my opinion, and the Daleks suffer as a result. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the Stolen Earth and Journey's End? How do you think this finale could have been improved? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.